Mario is a very versatile character, with very good frame data, strong combo game, and how easy it is to pick him up. He is considered by many to be very good at the game. However, he is difficult to master despite his simplicity. So how can you as the viewer improve on your Mario? In order to effectively improve your Mario and combo game, movement is essential. To put it simply, getting to fully understand your character and their toolkits is what's going to help you on your gameplay immensely. For Mario, he has Flood, Fireball, Super Jump Punch, Cape, and the abundance of his aerials and tilts. Understand how you can use your toolkit to gain an advantage state or getting out of a disadvantaged state. With that being said, I'm Juan Pone, and I'll be providing some of the very basics on how you can improve on your movement and enhance your gameplay. As a sole focus of this video, we'll be doing a very basic training regimen that is applicable with Mario. However, you can interpret your own regimen based on your character. I've created this list as a way to master some of the basic movements with Mario. This next part is for beginners only. If you already figured out your controller settings, then you can go on this timestamp right here. As for the beginners, you would want to modify your controller settings. Then once you are able to find the style that suits you the best, you can continue on to our training. Alright, we're gonna set up with the first thing of our training regimen is with 30 short hops. So you wanna do this by simply tapping the jump button and doing this 30 times in a row. And if you mess up, just like in putting a full hop, then restart and count yourself all the way back down to 0. And you wanna do this 30 times in a row without having to mess up. Now, if you have trouble inputting short hops because of the sensitivity of the buttons, then one of the things I like to do is set the trigger button, the shoulder button, to jump, and also the Y to jump as well. So while I hit them both at the same time, it inputs as a short hop. And that's one of the cool things about Ultimate, is that you can input both jump buttons with the short hop. While in Smash 4, it was much easier to do it. So you want to do 30 short hops with fastball. And fastballs in this game is easy, just like Smash 4. You just want to flick the control stick down, and once you're at your peak of your short jump. Next thing we're going to implement is our little micro spacing, a little bit of movement to the mix. And what I mean by that is just slightly tilting the controller stick either to the left or to the right while fastball. So you want to do this, essentially. It's all part of micro spacing. So one of the easier ways to combat this is by slowing down the game. Depending on whichever makes you feel comfortable. For me, I use 2/3. And slightly flick the control stick and fastball. Short hop, flick, down. Short hop, flick, down. Short hop, flick, down. The hand cam for this, I'll try my best to, is again short hops by the both jump buttons and then clicking the controller stick. So and I'm barely tilting it at all. So that's what you want to get as part of this segment. Now the rest of the training is just implementing it with aerials. So for example, next thing we're gonna do is probably one of my favorites as part of the training regimen goes, and that's with Nair. So you wanna do a short hop, fastball, and your Nair. Short hop, fastball, Nair. Like that. Then afterwards, boom. You want to do a short hop Nair, then a fastball. And then right afterwards, you get both of those 30 times in a row. Then you just want to do what I did previously, and that was moving. This was unintentional. This was just heuristics. I'm just way used to this at this point. So I was showing up a little bit unintentionally, so I apologize for that. But you do want to get micro spacing down beforehand. And it's just like the same controller scheme as before. You just lightly want to click the control stick down, and then after you're at your peak, you just want to input an air and then fastball. And you want to do this 30 times in a row. You can either go forward or you go backward. Doesn't really matter. It's just as soon as you get 30 in a row without any mistakes. Alright, next thing we want to do is up airs, and that's basically the same thing. Essentially the rest of the training regiment is all the same thing, just with different aerials. So to, you know, short hop, fastball, and up air, short hop, fastball, up air, 30 in a row, right? No mistakes. Same thing with the next one, you know, short hop, up air, fastball. Want to do a little bit of spacing. This one is slightly a bit difficult because you also want to control your stick upwards while moving it, and sometimes that can miss input as a back air or a forward air. So this one is a little bit more unique compared to the other ones. Just want to move a little bit. And that's kind of like the same, right? Same goes for the other one. This one is a little bit more harder than the previous one. This is where like misinputting comes in. You might misinput like a nair or forward air or back air. See, just right there. I mess up a little bit, and it's just slightly a bit harder. Once you get that 30 in a row, the next thing is pretty much more simpler ones besides nair's back air. And I don't use C-stick for this one simply because it's a little bit more harder. It requires a lot more travel, which makes it unnecessary to do. So I just like to input it manually with the analog and A button. And it's a little bit harder too, because the unique thing is you can't reverse aerial rush as quick as you can in Smash 4. So you have to wait just a slight little bit longer just to get it right. And you want to get it 30 times in a row. This one is probably by far, besides the microspacing, the most tedious and difficult one to do. Because sometimes you can misinput it as a nair or forward air, just what you saw there and there, and you have to restart all over again. Okay. Boom. Now the last one is just simply a fastball, short hop, fastball, back airs. I would do it just because it's useful. It's probably one of the more better spacing tools Mario has to his kit compared to the rest of his aerials. So instead of having to go back air, instead of having to do back air all the way, you can slightly space it and still get as amount of damage as you can. Plus, it's safe on the shield, so you can't even get punished for it. One of the last few things that I forgot to cover was backflips with Mario. Now, I inputted this on the list just because it's exclusive for Mario. I don't know what the other casts might have backflips, but if they do, then that's also applicable for them. But one of the reasons why I did it for Mario only is the way for him to space his up airs. And it's a really good tool that he can lead to more opportunities for to get more combos that leads off from up air or even nair. Now the way to do this is it's pretty easy. So you just do a short hop, and then while you do that, you push the control stick at the same time, so like that. And then afterwards, you just want a fastball. Now you can do this while running. It's recommended or helpful if you do it while running, because it can help you while you space during a match or a set, or the game is probably quick paced, so you just kind of want to learn that from the get-go. Or you can just jump around your character. You know, this is probably fun. It's a good way to get down the basics, but I wouldn't recommend doing this all the time. This is only when you're trying to get started, and then you can just start doing it while running, which is more preferred, but that's only when you start to get it down, once you get used to it. So that's basically it in terms of basic movements with Mario. There's a lot more advanced ones that Mario has in his toolkit, such as attack canceling, flood cancel or be reverse fireballs. Plenty of more advanced things that Mario has that can really help them a lot in fighting against tougher matchups or just simply fighting against the entire cast. Oh, and insta wall jump too, and be reverse insta wall jump to fireball as well. Those are some of the more advanced movements with Mario, but I'm not going to discuss them for today. If you guys do want to see a tutorial on more advanced with the movements with Mario, then comment below. See what you guys want that I can make a video about with Mario. That's it for the video. So I appreciate you guys for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can comment down below or DM me on Twitter at AdamWee_ with after the Adam and then after the Wee with 2 underscores. So yeah, see you guys in another video. Bye bye.